Okay, guys. When it comes to trading an account, it's important. Don't go low because of there are many people who are funding with 500 ZAS, 500 rands, and then they're expecting to make something out of 500 rands. And then at that time, those people are actually trading Nasdaq. And then the brokers will be back there looking. They'll be looking at you like, hey, here's another one. Here's another one. You know, Tamir. Here's another one. And then when I will be funding with 100 rand. So, guys, the reason you start with 500 rand is because of even a single candle. I'm thinking about candles. You see a movement of a candle of the indices. It moves like this, guys. And then once it moves like this, even though your direction it's actually correct, you know it's supposed to go to a sell, but then that candle is still moving like this, so let's say the candle it's still on this position, and then you open a trade right up here, open a trade right up here where my small fingers are meeting, are starting. So you open a trade right up here, and then that candle moves, let's say you want to take a sell, and then that candle moves up a little bit. So a single candle will take you out within a second. Just a single candle will take you out within a second. So the reason for you to fund with 500 is because of once that candle it's still forming, it's still playing like this. Once it moves up, you'll be in loss, but then you'll still be having your balance. You'll still be in a safe trade. So once it goes to your direction accordingly, where you want it to go, then that's where you start making money. But then if you find 100 rand, and then your account, the PP is still moving like this. It's still moving. It's still thinking of where it's going. The market direction is busy moving. It's still busy moving. It moves up. So you enter the trade right here up here. So obviously your account will be blown out. Before even the market goes to the direction you want it to go to, you'll be blown out, and then it starts forming, and then it goes to your direction. So to avoid such losses, because of those are unnecessary losses, you guys can win, but in the funding it's the one that's taking you out. So once the candle is still forming, fund 500 rand, and then you know that the market is a sell. So once the candle pushes up, it will be in a loss, but then it still has to go to the direction. So once it comes back to your direction, going to where it's supposed to go, you'll be making money. But then once it reverses, it doesn't reverse, it goes up, and then it spikes. A spike is the most dangerous. It's the way brokers are making money. You know, the brokers nowadays are making money out of the people who are funding less amount. So if you're funding 500, that's where they're getting money. They'll be making millions out of your 100 rands, out of your 100 rands, out of your 100 rands. So if you give a candle a chance to move around freely, and then you out of the brokers list, so that's when you'll be added inside the withdrawal list, because of the no it's a lot. So the most recommended broker that won't even manipulate your trades, because of the brokers nowadays, they're manipulating trades like Globex 360. I'm not being bad about it, but then I've tried Globex 360 to manipulate your trades badly. You can even open the most highest lot. It will manipulate your trade badly. Once it moves, it's like they're looking at you. It's like they're looking at you. They'll be like, Tamir, Mama, it is funding the account with 100 rands, and then they move it up a bit, and then you blow account. So the spikes on Globex 360 are quite higher than the actual how they're supposed to be. So a recommended broker for me that I've been using, and I'm not changing it at any time soon, it's Veracity Markets, because of they give you a chance. Even though the candles are busy moving up like this, it's how they're supposed to be. They're moving up in a normal formation where all the brokers are actually also moving the same. But then if you can open up a phone and then look at the charts for Globex 360 and the Veracity Market, you can see that no, this one's. The most important part about winning the game, it's actually thinking how the brokers are are thinking. So if you can try to think like a Globex 360 broker, then it's a challenge. So it's better used veracity markets because of it's how it's supposed to be. It's formed the way. So once it spikes up, it's supposed to spike up. But then with the funding, with the right amount of funding, once it goes back down, because of a spike is just a spike. A candle is supposed to form. So once it's done forming and then it goes to your direction, that's when you can start making money out of them. See that? The brokers are now crying. You know how many times I've been called by brokers? A lot, man. A lot of brokers have been calling me. And then you know when a broker calls me, they'll try to give you an offer that's boring. Like they'll be giving you boring brokers. You know what I'll say? I'll say give me $1 million a month, and then yeah, I can try working for you. Just because of if they know if I can work for them, there's no way they'll be giving me rules because of there's a contract. If you're working for a broker, there's a contract firstly you need to sign, and then there are some things you're not supposed to say if you're working for a broker. So once you're working for that broker, for that specific broker, just imagine if I was working for Globex 360, there'll be a lot of things I'll be knowing by heart, but then I have to keep them to myself. So veracity markets, there is no trade manipulations. They'll leave you to a trade, and then they'll leave you to whatever that you're doing. So if you took a trade and then it's a buy trade, it will actually go to that buy trade without them manipulating it before going to your direction. So once you open up a buy trade, they'll be like, yes, you got us. And then the trade will go to that direction. But then another broker, that broker, whenever it going to that direction, they'll be like, nah, man, you can't do us like this. And then they'll try to manipulate it. Before it going to your direction, your trade will already be out. And then there's this thing of brokers or closing your trades. With veracity markets, there's no trade manipulations. There's no closing trades. Just imagine you're having 1,500, and then they are running trades. You are in loss. So once they see you in loss, they'll try to increase that loss to be much more before it reverses. So the veracity markets will just leave you like that. There's no increasing. There's no trade manipulation. There's no increasing the leverages, because of when you think about the leverages, most of you guys don't know what's a leverage, but then they're always choosing the leverages, guys. When you're picking up the leverages, okay, let me finish up the story about the manipulation, the manipulation of trades. Ne? So once you see that the broker I'm using, there's no trade manipulations, ne, guys. So once you're in a trade, you should make sure that you get the correct direction in order for you to win. And then they won't close any trade at any time unless if you're winning. And then there's no closing of trades, because of there are some brokers you're having 1.5 inside your account. You are losing. But before the 1.5 even ends to 0.0, the trades are closed, and then you're left with 200. No, you just know that there's a trade manipulation. The brokers are actually on your account. It's not a matter of you giving someone your password or you giving someone and then someone is trading for you. It's only you who knows your trades. It's only you who knows what you have opened. So if you have traded on a broker and then they've closed your trades before your balance runs on a 0.0, just know you should change the broker. There's a trade manipulation. So what's good about veracity market is that because it's that they'll give you enough time for a candle to fluctuate. So once you see a broker giving you enough time for a candle to fluctuate, you should know they're not controlling the market. Once the candle reverses and goes into profit, then it's money for you. If you lost, means that you don't know how to trade. It's your fault. It's not the broker's fault. It's your fault. You don't know how to trade at all. You need to get verified. You need to get verified. All you need to do is to get verified so that you can know how the market is going, so that you can know when to get inside the trade at the right time. Because of not knowing how to get a trade at the right time, it's very risky. You'll end up losing a lot of money. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. You are not the only one. If you have been losing, there's a lot of people who have been losing just because of the strategy they are using. a naked chart. A naked chart is something that's tricky. You'll think that you have put the lines the correct way. You add the trend line. You add the horizontal line. You add the shapes. You draw an elephant. You feel like, no, maybe you've drawn only the elephant shape. You feel like, no, man, this is an elephant. Icona. There should be an eye on the elephant. Then you start drawing an eye. Then you start drawing this and that. So that's when you can know. No, you don't know how to trade. It's just the brokers are playing with your mind, thinking that no, this is an elephant. This is the sun. This is our mountains. Because I've saw so many people. I'm laughing nowadays. People are drawing mountains and saying that no, that's an M formation. That's a W formation. That's a W top. That's a head. Guys. So it's better you get verified and know when to enter the trade at the right time. Because of once you get the software on your hands, you know that no, now it's the right time to enter a trade. The software will give you the right exact where the lines are supposed to be, rather than you guessing, no, it's supposed to be here. Okay, let me take it a little bit higher. Okay, let me bring it a little bit down. Okay, let me draw a trend line. Okay, what's actually a software? The software is actually made out of a support and resistance. Ne? Support and resistance is where actually the market always reverses, because of the market always has to have a reversal. No matter what, the market always has to have a reversal. So whenever there is a reversal, the software I've put in colors to make trading much more exciting. It's because of we're all from school, né? But we're not all let me say that. We're not all geniuses. So I've put in some colors. You know, when it reaches this color, it has to reverse. When it reaches this color, it has to reverse. And then I've put in case of a trend line, you have a trend line, you have to wait for a breakout reversal. And then the first breakout reversal is where you take a trade. But then the only problem is that you don't know if the breakout reversal is actually at the right time. It's actually at the right point where you have to put it. But then the software will give you a wave where there's no breakout, there's no reversal. You have to wait for the wave. You have to wait for the support and resistance. So the support and resistance stands as your automated resistance and support. Two ways. And then in the middle there is a wave. Without the wave, you have to use a different strategy to trade. So that's why I've called it a modified, because I've added a trend line which is a wave. So you know you have to get the direction no matter what. The software will actually put where the market's supposed to be, because of it's not a human brain, it's a computer brain. So if you can go against the computer brain, then I'll know that you guys are actually smarter. You're good with trading with horizontal lines, trend lines. But anyways, guys, I'm trying to put everything short. Trading on a naked chart, it's difficult, guys.